Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Christodom1, and I am back with another video. This article I got from Yahoo.com. There are reports out there that suggest that LeBron James is still mad at the Cleveland Cavaliers organization because they didn't push the button for the when you're talking about the trade of Paul George and Eric Bledsoe. Now, if LeBron James is mad, if he's still mad, then he should be kicking himself, because I remember in several videos when this trade rumor was circling around social media, particularly the Paul George trade. Basically, Kyrie Irving was going to be traded to the Pacers for Paul George, and they even went as far as trying to orchestrate a third team to even sweeten the pot. And Paul George ultimately said no to that deal because he didn't get any type of commitment to LeBron James as far as signing up to the Cleveland Cavaliers longer than just 1 year. That's basically why that deal fell apart, and they didn't proceed any further, because the Cleveland Cavaliers management, as well as Dan Gilbert, came to LeBron James, as well as LeBron James' circle, and basically said, can we get LeBron James to sign more than just 1 year? And that's why the deal, when you're talking about Paul George as well as Carmelo Anthony, those deals didn't work out, because those two individuals asked LeBron James, are you going to stay longer than just this current year? And LeBron James wasn't committed no more than just this year. That's why that deal did not work. Now, I've heard of the Eric Bledsoe deal. Basically, Kyrie Irving was involved again, and Kyrie Irving was going to Phoenix, and the Cleveland Cavaliers was going to get Eric Bledsoe straight up. The problem with that deal was Eric Bledsoe, even though he didn't get any type of commitment from LeBron James for, as far as how long he's going to stay with Cleveland, the reason why that deal didn't go through, and Eric Bledsoe would have loved to just go to Cleveland, the reason why that deal didn't go through, because LeBron James and his infrastructure wanted more for the deal than just Eric Bledsoe. They were seeking some of the younger talent that the Phoenix Suns had, like even, I believe his name is Kevin Booker, all right, trying to add him into the deal, and that's why that deal fell apart as well. Ultimately, the Cleveland Cavaliers was asking too much for Kyrie Irving, who only had 2 years in his contract, and even Kyrie Irving stated that he wasn't going to stay any longer or commit any longer than just those 2 years. So that's why those deals did not work. When you're talking about the Paul George trade, LeBron wasn't committing no longer than maybe just this year, and he was going to think about the next year, and that's why Paul George said no to Cleveland. And the Bledsoe deal, that fell apart because the Cleveland Cavaliers was asking too much in that particular deal. That's why the only deal that was logical for the Cleveland Cavaliers was the Boston Celtics deal. And if you remember that initial deal, it was supposed to be Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving. And they was about to hop onto that deal until the Cleveland Cavaliers fell back and said, wait a minute, we can get more for this, because Isaiah Thomas is not going to be available for us until midway through the NBA season. And Danny Ainge tinkered with the deal some more and added some more pieces for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if you remember, a lot of people were suggesting that the Cleveland Cavaliers stole that deal. They won that deal because not only got Isaiah Thomas, but they got that Jay Crowder, as well as that Brooklyn pick. Okay, and at that time, the Brooklyn pick was a top 10 pick. All right, now if you look at that deal today, you will have better 2020 vision. Even I stated when they orchestrated that deal that Boston won the deal. They won the deal for the here and the now, and they won the deal for the future. All right. Now, Cleveland did get some pieces that they can work with. Jay Crowder and Isaiah Thomas. They can help when you're talking about the roster as far as contending for a championship for this year. But then they also have a plan B in place with that Brooklyn pick. Now, when they did the trade, it was a top 10 pick, and now that pick has even gone down to the top 20 pick because the Brooklyn Nets have been winning a lot of games. Now, we're not midway through the season. Who knows? The Brooklyn Nets could start beginning to lose a lot of games from now to the end of the season, and then that pick goes back to maybe a top 10 or a top 5 pick. Well, we really don't know, but that's a great plan B for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, if LeBron James is still upset about the opportunities of landing Paul George and Eric Bledsoe, as far as the Paul George trade and the Carmelo Anthony trade goes, that's all on LeBron James' head. If he can commit more than just 1 year, either of those deals would have went through. All right. I think Paul George would have committed maybe 2 years with the Cleveland Cavaliers if LeBron James was committing 2 years. All right. As far as the Eric Bledsoe trade, if they would have just accepted the trade as is, Eric Bledsoe for Kyrie Irving, then that deal would have went place. But you'll probably still be looking for some more pieces to contend. Okay. But having Paul George, you basically have to pick one or the other. I think the Paul George trade is better than the Eric Bledsoe trade, in my opinion. But LeBron James is still upset about that, and that's probably the reason why the past couple of weeks LeBron James have been very salty with the media as well as his teammates. He's very frustrated at the current standing and the current position of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And even if they somehow, some way orchestrate trades as far as getting DeAndre Jordan and other pieces, I forgot the point guard for the Utah Jazz that they was interested in. I said it in the video a couple of weeks ago. Even if they get those picks, George Hill, even if they get those picks, those opportunities to trade for those players, that's still not enough. All right, in my opinion, you're not going to beat the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series. But as they currently stand right now, I think the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Miami Heat, they're going to have a hard time winning 4 games out of 7 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. But they're probably going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers to a game 6 or possibly a game 7, and then who knows? Okay, you're a shot away from dethroning the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, clearly the Cleveland Cavaliers are not in the driver's seat. They're not beast of the East. Okay, and the teams I just mentioned, particularly with the Miami Heat, they've been surging at the right time, and the Milwaukee Bucks has stumbled a little bit. They fired Jason Kidd, and that could be a setback when you're talking about your interim coach, all right? But if you look at everything, those teams are going to give LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers a hard time in the playoffs. But I still said, even months back, that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to ultimately beat those guys in a 7-game series. But when it comes to the Golden State Warriors, I see a sweep. I don't even see them winning 1 game with the Golden State Warriors because of the current matchups that they have right now don't fit when you're talking about pairing them against the Golden State Warriors. And even if they make these changes, I don't think these changes are good enough. All right. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy, I'm Chris Down One, and I am out. Please, 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 please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so when you know, the notification bell will alert you when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy, I'm out.